Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's session. So we will start the session now. Okay, so for a start, in a comfortable position. Put your hands in a comfortable position and gently close your eyes. We're gonna do some breathing exercises first. You breathe in all the good and all the fresh air. And you breathe out whatever tension and tightness. Whatever feelings of stress, tightness, whatever negative emotions, negative energy, the mind, the body, we're gonna let it all go out together with the out breath. Gently take a deep breath in. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the second time, take a deep breath in. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the third time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the last time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. Relaxation of the body. If there is any more tension and tightness, any more feelings of using or exerting strength in the body, gently let it go and let body abide in a state of relaxation and inaction. Relaxation of the mind. Gently be aware of your mind in every present moment. If there is any wanting, any cravings, any expectations, the mind gently letting go and let the mind abide in non-craving, non-wanting, and non-expectation. Then let the mind abide in action. Inaction means for the mind not doing, thinking about anything in particular, not having the need to or to think about anything in particular. For this 20 minutes is a time for our mind to have a rest and break from all the wantings and doings of life. Then let the mind be aware of whatever can manifest through your awareness regarding the body, the mind, moment, moment to moment. Not following any stories, issues that arises in the mind, not rejecting, suppressing any stories or issues that may arise in the mind. Just be aware of it and allow them to arise and flourish according to nature. And with this relaxed mind and body, today we're gonna try to do a forgiveness reflection. So gently think of, we try to remember the wrong things and mistakes that we have done in this life. Anything that we have done wrong, said wrong, or thought wrong. Anything that is a burden in our hearts, gonna try to recollect one or some of these things. Then we're gonna try to relate to those mistakes, those experiences in ourselves with forgiveness and understanding. Understanding that we did what we did because our defilements and ignorance. We did what we did because our wisdom, experience, knowledge, and mindfulness was not strong enough those moments. We did what we did because of our own karma and maybe other people's karma. If we have the wisdom, knowledge, experience, and mindfulness that we have in the present, then we might not have done those things in the past. With this understanding, let us for ourselves have forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Feeling forgiveness, understanding, and empathy for ourselves. Imagine in our mind embracing ourselves with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Filling our hearts with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Then let us think of our parents. Let us recollect some of the things that they have done morally wrong to us. When they are in a negative emotion, or something that they did that was morally wrong and in a negative emotion that is unpleasant to you. or you feel unpleasant about that. And let us try to have forgiveness and understanding for our parents. Understanding that they did what they did because of ignorance and defilements. Understanding that they did what they did because their wisdom, experience, knowledge, and mindfulness was not strong enough at those moments. Understanding that they did what they did maybe because of the influence of our own karma or by the influence of their karma or others' karma. And trying to understand that if we had gone through the same upbringing, education, life experiences, made the same friends and enemies, and have the same character being molded through samsara, and we may have done the same things at those moments. So to our parents, let us have forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Forgiveness, understanding, and empathy in our minds. Imagine embracing them with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Filling up our parents and ourselves with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Now let us think of our enemies in life. Or if we do not have any enemies, some people that have done something morally wrong in a negative emotion that causes you anger or even just a heaviness in your heart. We're gonna try to relate to these enemies, to group them all as enemies with forgiveness and understanding. trying to understand that they did what they did because of ignorance and their defilements of the mind, whether it is greed, hatred, illusion, arrogance, inferiority, envy, jealousy, or just being stubborn and attachment to their own views and feelings. If they didn't have these defilements, then they may not have done those things in the past. Then we also try to understand that they did what they did because their wisdom, experience, knowledge, and mindfulness was not strong enough at those moments. And also trying to understand that they did what they did, maybe because of the influence of our own karma, or they were influenced by their own karma at those moments. And then trying to understand by imagining ourselves being through the same upbringing, and imagine your mind being through the same education process, being through the same life experiences, or the sweet and bitter experiences of life. Having made the same friends and enemies, have the same character that has been molded throughout the journey in samsara. Understanding that with all these understandings, if we were the same person at their position, we might have done the same things, or even worse, at those moments. With this understanding, let us have forgiveness, understanding, and empathy to our enemy. Feeling forgiveness, understanding, and empathy to those enemies. Imagine in our minds embracing them with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Filling up our enemies and ourselves with forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Finally, we wish sincerely, gently in our mind that all beings in the world, whether they are in a war now or whether they are in a peaceful state now, all beings who harm and are harming and also being harmed, there's two sides. All beings in the world will have forgiveness, understanding, and empathy in their heart, so that the whole world can be a better world without much anger and violence. So gently take a deep breath in. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. For the second time, take a deep breath in again. Gently let it out. Relax, 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 relax. Gently be aware of the feelings of your body. Gently be aware of the feelings of your buttocks, touching the cushion. Then, just like waking up from a deep sleep, it doesn't matter whether the experience was good or no good. Doesn't matter. Let the mind come back to the present moment. And just like waking up from a deep sleep, gently open your eye. Okay, so the sharing for today. I'd like to share one of the very famous suttas in Buddhist teachings. Okay, so one time in the monastery, the Buddha said this to the bhikkhus. He said that, oh, bhikkhus, last time in the past, there was a certain ugly and deformed being, yakka. The yakka is one of those unseen beings. And this ugly, deformed yaka just appeared and sat down on the seat of the king of the devas, which is the name Sakka. Okay. Now, according to the commentary, this ugly, deformed yaka was a manifestation of one of the higher devas, what we call the Brahmā devas. If not, the king of the devas, the seat where got so easy to sit one, right? So it was said that there was a manifestation of the one of the Brahmas that came down to test the Sakka's patience and forbearance. Okay, because our heavenly king, Sakka, is a person that's able to that has a good, very well-known reputation for having forbearance and patience. Okay, so this ugly, deformed yaka sat down on the seat of the king of the devas, Sakka. Then the other devas, the other heavenly beings, they find fault with this uh, ugly, deformed yaka, and then they're saying, "Oh." And then they start to grumble and complain and start to be angry towards the ugly deformed yaka. Okay, and whatever fault, whatever complaint, whatever grumbling that they utter, then this ugly deformed yaka became more and more ugly, more and more deformed, become more and more bigger like that. Mhm. Then they say, oh, then they approach Sakka. Okay. I've modified a little bit of the story in order to make it more comprehensible. If you guys are interested, please go and see the real sutta. Okay. Okay. Then the devas they approach Sakka and then they say, "Oh, heavenly king, somebody is sitting on your seat." So the the king of the devas he went. And then when he saw what was happening, that when they were getting more angry with that yaka, then the yaka become more powerful, more ugly and more deformed and bigger. Then he said, "Oh, that must be the anger-eating yaka." So the king of the devas, Sakka, approached that anger-eating yaka. And when he approached, then he thought, you see, and being the king of the devas, he's wise, okay? Then he saw, okay, if hard way doesn't work, then definitely, let's try the soft approach, Then he went there and then he arranged his upper robe over one shoulder, and then he kneeled down with his right knee and raising his hands in salutations, in respect towards the yaka. Then he say, "Oh, dear sir, I am Sakka, king of the devas. Dear sir, I am Sakka, king of the devas." So whenever the Sakka announced his name, then after that the yaka become smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, until he disappeared right there. Okay, so the better the Sakka was showed to the anger eating yaka, then the smaller the yaka became until it disappeared at that moment. Okay. Then the Sakka, the king of the devas, he sat down on his own seat. Then after that, he recited these verses. So he says, "I am not one afflicted in mind, nor easily drawn by anger. I never become angry for long, nor does anger persist in me. When I'm angry, I don't speak harshly, and I don't praise my virtues. I keep myself well restrained out of regard for my own good. Okay? So this is from the sutta, but it's better for you guys to go and read up the real sutta. Okay? I have modified a little bit to make it more comprehensible. Okay? Anyway, so why do I want to share this story? Actually, is because I want to share how, you see, the attitude of how we relate to anger. Because when we cannot forgive, it means that we have anger in our mind, right? Yeah, we have grudges, and grudges are also like long-term anger, right? Long-term anger towards a person or towards some issues. Isn't that so? So the usual approach, the usual reaction when we haven't learned Dharma is when we are angry with people, we retaliate, right? We respond with anger and violence and all the harsh words and and negative emotions and showing people wanting to make people pain, wanting to make people suffer in the net soul. Huh? That's our usual response if we never learn the Dharma. But now that we learn Dharma, now we know that, hey, actually, that is not useful because when we experience the results of our own karma, or maybe because of cause and conditions, some unpleasant things happen to us, or some people just behave badly to us, then it may be because of the few understandings that we have always contemplated, right, in our forgiveness reflections. So, and also anger doesn't solve the problem also. Yeah. Uh, at least in terms of cause and effect, in terms of karma, it doesn't really solve the problem also. In fact, it makes us accumulate more unwholesome karma. Like that, huh? And then it becomes a vicious cycle. So because of this, then actually, if towards anger, if we can learn from this Sakka to be kind to your anger. When anger arises, because we are not noble ones, anger will still arise. But whenever it arises, if we learn to be kind to it, to have understanding and forgiveness, not only for the person, but also for the anger that arises, that emotion that arises, then definitely it will become like this anger eating yaka, become smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller until it disappears. Right? So this is the way, one of the way to approach our anger with me, because we also have our anger eating yaka in inverted brackets, in our mind, right? They visit us time to time. So so we should really reflect and try to remember, hey, how do I relate to them whenever they arise? Do I follow them and scold them and follow the anger and then it becomes bigger and bigger? Or do I relate to them with kindness, with forgiveness, understanding and empathy, and then until it disappears? Definitely the second way is a better way, right? Yeah. So hopefully today's sharing will be able to at least give everyone an understanding of how we should relate to anger, how we should relate to others' anger, how we should relate to our anger is by kindness, forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. Then that is the way for hatred to gradually be purified and gradually disappear. And even if you cultivate this for to a certain level, and then they may arise, but maybe the time that they arise, the time that they appear and stay there will be lesser and lesser, lesser and lesser. Okay. And finally, today's sharing will be able to help everyone to cultivate the qualities like Saka, not easily drawn by anger, and never become angry for long, and anger does not persist in every one of you. And one more thing is when hopefully when anger arises, don't react to that, don't speak harshly, and keep yourself well restrained out of regard for your own good. Okay, so uh, this sutta is from the Samyutta Nikaya, number 11, Sakka Samyutta, Sutta number 22. Okay, I repeat, Samyutta Nikaya, the 11th volume, Sakka Samyutta, and the 22nd sutta. So if you guys want to, please go and read up this sutta. It's very, very interesting. But I have changed it a little bit so that your mental impression can be more comprehensible. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's the sharing for today. Thanks everyone for being patient with the announcement, and hope everyone will be able to join the feedback also. Yeah, we really need your feedback, and so that we can do better and provide better Dharma for everyone. Okay. Okay, so Merit, repeat after me. Mettā vata camehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe bhuta sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. I share my merits with all devas, all beings, all creatures. May they rejoice in our merit. May they be happy. Idame nati namotu. Sukita hontu nyatayo. I share my merits with all departed relatives. May they rejoice in our merit. May they be happy. Idame punya asavakaya vahanghotu. Idame punya nibbanasa paccaya hotu. By the power of this merit, may it be supportive condition for my purification of the mind to no more defilements. By the power of this merit, may it be supportive condition for my attainment of Nibbana. Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi te sabbe me samma punya bhagang labantu. I share my merits with all beings. May they rejoice in the merit. May they be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, that's all for today, and wish all of you well, peaceful, and happy, and see you guys in the next session. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.